Turn now to Jamal Bowman, Democratic Congressman from New York and member of the Committee on Education and the Workforce. Welcome to you, Congressman. First, let me just ask you, is our Constitution or our country colorblind?
Absolutely not. We have never been colorblind, and we continue to enact policy and make decisions and invest money in ways that are not colorblind. And that's why the majority's decision using that language and using the 14th Amendment is preposterous, and also depicts a reality that does not exist, especially for Black people. I mean, I am a Black sitting member of Congress, and when the police pull up behind my car and I'm not doing anything wrong, I begin to feel anxious, nervous, and uncomfortable. I am a father of 3 Black children, and I worry about their safety, meaning life or death, every single day. I send them to school, send them to the store, or send them out into the community, because who knows what might happen. It might be a mass shooter driven by great replacement theory, or some other form of discrimination that I experienced on the campaign trail when I had people call me a piece of crap because I had the nerve to speak about racial injustice as a Black man. So America is not colorblind. America has never been colorblind. This decision is preposterous and will further segregate our nation and take away access and opportunity from millions of, let me be clear, exemplary Black students, not anyone struggling to get by with C's and D's in high school. We're talking about exemplary Black students are now being kept out of their most prestigious institutions. And that's why we are going to introduce a bill this Thursday, reintroduce, myself and Senator Merkley, the Fair College Admissions for Students Act, because if you want real equity and the real meritocracy, we need to end legacy admissions in all of our institutions of higher education, especially the most prestigious one.
This bill that you are saying you're going to reintroduce, you introduced it last year. It ends legacy admissions, but this is going nowhere fast in this Republican House. So what is the goal with the introduction of this legislation?
The goal is to continue to put pressure on Republicans to support it, but also my Democratic colleagues. We should be able to get 214 co-sponsors in the House to show the strong support on the House side, and Senator Merkley should be able to get as many signatures or co-sponsors as possible on the Senate side. This is also part of capturing the consciousness of the American people and helping them to see that we are still fighting in Congress to do the right thing in terms of our higher education institutions. And this hopefully will help to mobilize and organize people for next year, because we got to flip the House, we got to win the White House, and I think we could win 7 or 8 seats in the Senate if we organize at the grassroots level properly, because elections matter, people. Elections matter.
Bold predictions on the Senate, sir. I'll have to follow up with you on that in a couple of weeks. What is your response to calls from some officials to ban consideration of race in scholarships? I cited Missouri, I cited Wisconsin state legislature. This all seems to operate under an assumption that education, the education quality is equal across the country.
When you are Black, you are under attack. And when you are poor or vulnerable, you are also under attack. We see an attack on Black history being taught in our curriculum. We see an attack on Black history being taught as part of AP courses. We're seeing a ban on books. We're seeing a rollback of affirmative action. And now we see scholarships be targeted because, again, there's an agenda here. It's MAGA Republicans, of course, but it's also corporate interests that continue to side with the Republican Party that don't often support candidates like me and people like me across the country, which is why voter turnout is so low. And that's why I continue to beat the drum. Next year is transformational, one way or the other. We got to do everything to keep Donald Trump out of office, but we also got to go even harder to increase voter turnout in places like Nebraska, Indiana, Florida, Texas, states where I think we can win justice and equality for America, because look at the direction we're going. Insurrection, Trump, big lie, COVID, we're under attack, and it's on us to save our democracy.
As a Nebraskan, I'm quite interested in the renewed interest in the 2nd Congressional District. Congressman Jamal Bowman, thank you very much for your time this afternoon, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.